these things are very interesting. It's like they are on the surface of the surface. And I guess that may be the vitamin D that was, you know, presented in an oil. May have just captured these things like this. But to me, I'm just looking at stores of manganese combined with cellular-like looking tissue. Kind of brainy. Oh my gosh, look at that. I love it. Here's another one, very, not our best cell from this batch, it seems, but are those things moving? Let me check. I totally need a stabilized camera. Sorry, folks. Back up. Additionally, if I stay away from the glass, let me see if I can do that. There we have it. The black pockets are tiny grains, many tiny grains of manganese that have been collected. Is it a magnetic? Look at that little poor little bee, whatever that is. Just a very interesting, I'm not sure what that is. Just a bubble, maybe, I don't know. This is, I think, pure vitamin D over here. This is the vitamin D corner, and you see one of these blobs, you know? I don't know what these blobs are, but see how they, and look, when this even looks like it incorporates. This is the power of manganese to integrate with a developing cell or amoeba. There we have it, folks. Possibly, let's hope so. Where there's causation, all I find is evidence, and that goes with the picture forms too. So I'm just following these little pockets of manganese, which are going to be the fuel and the oxygen provider, the energy provider, along with sunlight too. Everything. Underneath, just for a last look, we have these, you know, here are these forms of manganese. These stores of manganese that are embraced by these collective, and look, it's very busy on the other side. Stuff, all sorts of stuff going on, you see? These metals are calling for this action. There's the one we saw, a very clear close-up. Look at all the oxygen under there. Manganese provides that oxygen for that mass. Manganese works symbiotically, co-localizes, is very pliable that way. Here's a perfect example. Let's see if we can catch one in action. So this is a mass of whatever, the non-manganese is how embryogenesis begins. The manganese actually protects it. Okay. And the oxygen dependency is stored and ready to go. Very fascinating. And that's not the only example of this. Here's another one, not quite as successful, but a lot more manganese. Well, there's its intended. Maybe they haven't. Let's see. Bring it back. Sorry, folks. You see, there is a, it's just further away. It's doing something that's further away, perhaps. And going around, there are more examples of it. But I'm not going to move the, there's another one forming over there. Should we try to take a look at this one? Let's get back there, without moving anything. Just there's the vitamin D thing. That may be another one forming, we'll see. We'll see if there's a manganese connection. I don't quite see it yet, but yep, there's one. You see that manganese connection is growing. It's a young manganese collection. There's a little bit of oxygen on the main thing, but the little pat with the brown spots where the manganese is, that's a different relationship, do you see? Look at that vitamin D right in between them. We will follow this, won't we? And look at the action in the background. Biogenesis. What is that little creature? Let's imagine that's a reflection of light. If it's moving very slowly. Too slowly for me. There we go. There we go. The biomass, the mass, and the generation. You see the manganese in the foreground, the small little gray boulder, and the biomass covered with oxygen, ready to use that oxygen behind it. Embryogenesis, biogenesis. Thank you, Harold Morowitz. Thank you, James Olds, Jane Flynn, Barbara Gibbon, Ann Butler, Bob Smith, Marilyn Albert, Robert Stevens, Robert David Stevens, and many, many others. We'll pick this up. Happens slowly, but when it happens quickly. The processes are slow, but the action is fast. So fast you don't blink. All right.